one of my favorite things about you is that you kind of pop up in all these like unexpected kind of bizarre places, and it makes me so happy every time because it's like this the simulation glitching.
Yeah.
One of those was that Tom McDonald video that you were in. How did I mean I never thought I would see that. How did that happen, and what was that like?
It was fucking cool. So Tom is a good friend. So is his girlfriend Nova, and she works very closely with him on all the music. Like it's basically just them. And
She
for the
does a lot
level
of
of,
the videos, right?
yeah, and it's so crazy because, I know people are either super fans or not fans of him, and he's another very divisive person just by nature of his music as well. But, you know, whether you're a fan or not, you got to admit for just to be just those two, the amount of
Super impressive.
the amount of success he's had and the
Yeah.
quality of the content and the videos and the music, I'm like, they are fucking rock stars. Um, yeah, it came about because they were fans of me and they were like, we think it'd be really cool to have you in this video and like not make it about you being trans, not make anything like
Hmm.
that. Just like come be like the video girl in our fucking video and let's like blow some minds. And I'm like, let's do it. And I was like traveling at the time for a family member's wedding and I hopped on a plane and I just went and I filmed it super quickly. And I believe I was the first trans woman ever in a rap video. And we can split
That
hairs
we
and
know
say,
of.
what's up?
That we know of.
Right, right. Someone could be concealing
Yeah.
that or whatever. But the first openly trans woman in a rap video. And we can split hairs and say, well, it's a white rapper, it's a conservative rapper. I think that makes it even fucking cooler. Like,
Absolutely, it's hilarious.
like what? Like, okay, so we're really getting into the fucking nitty gritty. And the
Yeah.
crazy part is like that video has, I think, like over 20 million views, which is, I think that's probably easily the most viewed piece of content I've been in. And the majority of the people commenting have no idea I'm trans and just think I'm a hot bitch in the video. And
Yeah.
that to me is like, that is the vehicle towards acceptance for people like me that I want to be a part of,
Yep.
where I'm just like living my life, doing my fucking thing, like being cool. That's the real shit to me. It's like, I
Yeah.
don't, yeah.
In a way, it's frustrating to me that you talk about trans stuff so much, and I understand why you do, because that's, people know any of us for one thing and they want you to keep talking about that thing. But, I just think you're an interesting person, and I get tired of hearing about trans stuff, not just from you, just from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love it if you would talk about more things, just that have nothing to do with politics at all.
I really want to, and that's why I do my podcast, because I love sprinkling in, like, I do an hour of just the news and reacting to stuff. And so I get to give my opinions on other stuff. And, that's been really rewarding for me because my main channel is super trans focused. And I get very frustrated with the topic because it's so heavy,
Yeah, exactly.
but there are so few people coming at the topic in the way that I do that I don't want to make myself seem like I feel like I'm more important than I am. But until there's like a bastion of trans people saying the shit I'm saying and doing shit in the way that I feel like is productive, I feel like I kind of fucking have to. And I would
Yeah.
love to pass the fucking rhinestone princess tiara to the next trans bitch who comes up and wants to do the Blaire White thing in hopefully an even cooler way.
Yeah.
But until then, it's like, I don't know. I'm in a really unique position. It's like so many other people that are just like influencers that do technically sort of the same thing as me, and cultural figures. It's like they have sort of a blueprint for what they're doing, if that makes sense. Like people have done what they're doing already to a great extent. So like a fucking let's give an example. Who's like a So there's Tucker Carlson at the top, and then there's a bunch of people that want to do the Tucker Carlson thing,
Yeah.
right?
Like Dan Bongino or whoever.
Yeah, you can go down the list,
Yeah.
and there's B and there's C and there's D
Yeah.
listers for all that. There's not a trajectory that's ever been played out really in history for like a right-wing trans woman doing what the fuck
Right.
I'm doing. You can say Caitlyn, but like she transitioned at like fucking 70, 80 million years old. So it's like, is that really the same
It's
thing?
a
I don't
different
think.
deal. Yeah.
It's a different deal. So like,
She's more of like part of the Kardashian extended universe, which is its
Yeah.
own whole thing.
Yeah. So I do feel like in that sense, it's like whatever happens from any of this, it's like it just happens. And uh, I don't beat myself up over necessarily maintaining the trajectory of it because I can't predict any of it. And then also, I do feel like, I don't care if people think I'm big headed for this. I do feel like what I'm doing is fucking important because I fucking, people would never expect these words to come out of my mouth. I fucking love trans people. I think real trans people are the coolest motherfuckers. Every like real trans person I meet, I find something so fucking rad about them. I'm just like, you've done so much to get where you are. When I meet the real trans people, I'm like, you're a fucking cool bitch. Like you're killing it.
You know what? I do too. And I've never really said those words in that way, but I do too. I didn't know a single trans person until maybe 10 or 12 years ago. And through my content, I've met a lot of them and they're fucking cool people. Every single one of them is really cool. A lot of them are weird, but they're really fucking like super nice, gentle people. And just like really, I love them. They're really cool people. And I'm like a huge advocate for trans people, not because of some identity politics type shit, but just because I've met all of them and I like them a lot.
And because they're fucking people. And I have like so much respect for anyone who's just been through shit and has come on top of it because the trans shit aside, I've been through a lot of shit in my fucking life. I've been fucking, I'm a rape victim. I fucking, you know, like I said earlier, it's like I spent my whole childhood getting fucking jumped, getting called a faggot. Like every member of my immediate family is a drug addict. Like I've been through a lot of shit. Like my dad died when I was 19. We had a horrible relationship. So it's like anytime I recognize that ability to overcome something and just be yourself, I'm like, that's a cool person. And so people think I'm so transphobic. And it's like, actually, I'm out here genuinely fighting for trans acceptance. Yeah. I'm just doing it in a way that may seem foreign to you, but that is my fucking goal. Truly, I stand with real transsexuals, and the goal of all my content is to not normalize them in a sense a leftist would say, because we're not normal. Yeah. We're fucking freaks. And that's
actually
cool.
Normalize them.
Right. Like just being in a fucking music video and it not mention that I'm trans and have a conservative audience like that. Or even just being a right-wing commentator as a trans person. That is just being a person, you know?